Hello everyone. Today we shall look into few list membership functions. Here I have a list from 1 to 10. Suppose that I'll add a step and I will explain you about all true function. I'll type all dot all true. Once you open the parenthesis, the input it would take is list. Okay, if you enter directly the source, which is our list from 1 to 10, and click OK, here you could encounter this error which where it mentions that we cannot convert the value 1 to type logical. To fix this issue, what we have to do is we have to nest a function which is list.transform. Okay, this transform function, as I explained you, it takes two parameters. First one is our source. Okay, here our motive is to check whether all the values are positive or not. In the second parameter, I'll type each underscore greater than 0. I'll close the parenthesis and close the parenthesis for all true function. I'll click OK. Here you could see that since my values are from 1 to 10, all the values are greater than 0. Suppose that I want to check for less than 0, this condition would result in false value. So all these functions, it could result in either true or false conditions. That is how it helps us to validate. Here I'll show few other values with respect to any like satisfying condition. I'll quickly move on to the other function. Here there are few numbers which are from -5 to +5. Let us create a add step. I'll type the function AnyTrue list.AnyTrue function. It will again take the source as list. I'll type dot transform list.transform function. It will take source as list. Similarly, suppose that if I want to check if any of the values are greater than 0, I'll type each underscore greater than 0. It should result in true condition because there are positive numbers. Suppose that I'll type less than 0, it should result in true condition because there are even negative numbers. Suppose that I'll type equal to 0, it will again result me in true condition because there is even 0 included in the source, as you could see here. So this is how we could use any true condition and all true condition like functions. Let us move on to the other function, which is contains. I have a table which is table of list. You could see that I have brought a new table countries column. Here I have 9 countries. I'll check whether my country, one of my countries, present in it or not. I'll add a step. I'll write list.contains. I'll open the parenthesis. I'll type source, which is my source. I'll type country name. Suppose that India, and hit enter. Okay, you could see that it is giving me the true condition because the list contains the value India. Similarly, I could show you the example with the list of numbers. I'll add a step. Okay, I'll type list dot contains. Okay, I'll open the parenthesis. You could give the source as first parameter. Okay, put a comma. Here you could see as value as any. Suppose that I have to check whether number 5 is present in the list or not. I'll click OK. Here you could see that it is giving me true condition. It shows that 5 is present in the list. Suppose I write 55 rather than 5. I'll click OK. Here you could see that it results the false condition. I'll move on to the other function, which is contains all. Here you could see that again there are like a list of numbers from 1 to 10. I'll add a step. Okay, I'll type the function contains all. Contains all function, what it does is it will check whether my values are contained in the whole list or not. Suppose I'll provide source. Okay, and I'll put comma. I'll give a list of numbers, suppose 1 comma 2 comma 3. Whether it will show me whether all these values are present or not. I'll click OK. It will give me true. Suppose that instead of 3, I'll write 33. it will check whether all numbers are present. Since 33 is not present, it will give me false condition. So this is how list.ContainsAll work. It will check whether all values are present in the list or not. Similarly, I could do the same with like list of countries. I'll add a step. I'll type ContainsAll, open the brackets. Source is my list. In the second parameter, similar to the numbers, I'll take the curly braces. I'll type the countries, which is India, and in the second as a second country, I'll type Japan. Once I click OK, here you could see the true condition because these both countries are present. Remember that Power Query is case sensitive. If you type small I instead of capital I, it will result in the false condition. So make sure that you provide case sensitive words and correctly. Even if one of the element, suppose that instead of Japan I'll provide Canada and hit enter. Here you could see that it will yield in false condition because Canada is not present but India is present. This is how ContainsAll function work. Let us move on to the other function, which is ContainsAny function. I'll add a step. Okay, I'll write ContainsAny list.ContainsAny function. I'll open the parenthesis. I'll provide the list called source, and as a second parameter I have to provide the similar form of list. I'll type 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, if any of the one value is present, it will give me true condition. Of course there are like these three values are present. Suppose that I'll type 1, and here I'll type 22 and 23 and click OK. Since 1 is present, it will give me true condition. Suppose if I type 11 instead of 1, it will give me false condition because any of the element is not present in the list. This is how ContainsAny works with respect to the list. And with respect to the ContainsAny function, here I'll type ContainsAny2. To identify, I'll add a step. Here I'll type ContainsAny, parenthesis open. I'll provide the list, which is my source. I'll put a comma. I'll open the curly braces. Suppose that I'll type India, comma, China. Here you could see that it will give me true condition because it will check whether any of the element is present in the source list or not. Okay, suppose that I'll provide only one value, which is Canada, and it is not present in the list. It will show me false condition. This is how list.ContainsAny function works. There are two functions left, which is called PositionOf. It will help us to identify the position of the row element which is present. Here I have list. Suppose that I'll add a step. I'll show you the PositionOf function. I'll type PositionOf list.PositionOf. It will prompt me for the list. Okay, I'll type the list, which is my source, comma. Instead of like in the second parameter, we could provide the value. Suppose that I want to check the value like position of number 5. I'll click OK. Here you could see the position is 4 because the list starts from 0. Okay, suppose that I want to find the value of 11 which is not present. As I click on it, here you could see that the value results in -1. -1 is the occurrence where if we find something out of the range values, or if any like if we check any values which are not present, then it will throw us the by default value as -1. This is how list.PositionOf works. Let us check with the let us check the same with the countries list. I'll add a new step. Okay, I'll provide a function which is called PositionOf list.PositionOf. Open the parenthesis. I'll provide the source. In the second parameter, suppose that I'll provide India. It will fetch me 0 because it is the first element. Suppose I type Japan. I'll hit enter, it could fetch me 6. And similarly, suppose that I type Canada and hit enter, it will give me the -1 result because Canada is not present in the list. Let us move on to the other function, which is PositionOfAny. Here I have list from 1 to 10. Suppose that I'll give multiple elements to find out the positions. I'll type PositionOfAny, list.PositionOfAny. I'll open the parenthesis, provide the source, and then in the second parameter you could see values as list. Suppose that I'll provide 3 comma 4. It will check the initial occurrence and then provide me the respective position. I'll click OK. Here you could see that position of 3 is 2, hence it will provide me the position of 3. Suppose that instead of 3 comma 4 I'll type 5 comma 6, it will provide me the position of 5, which is the index 4. This is how position of any works in the list of numbers. And let us see the example of countries list. I have this countries list. I'll add a step. I'll provide list dot position of any function. I'll open the parenthesis, okay, and I'll provide the source similarly, and then I'll open the curly braces, type the countries names, and then I'll type India, China, and Japan. Okay, here it will show me the result of 0 because India is the first country which is present. Suppose that I remove it and check for China and Japan, it will result me in 1 because China is the second country which is available and Japan it is like 6th. So it will show me the first occurrence and then give me the position of that first occurrence. Suppose that I similarly check the country which is not present in the list. I'll click OK. Here you could see that it will give me the result of -1. These all are membership functions which will yield in boolean values which are true, which is true or false, to which could help us in checking whether the values are present or not, whether it is like true or not. We can check the like the position of it. Please do explore, practice it. Thank you for watching, and we shall meet in the next video.